Hey guys, welcome back to Homestead Prepping and Survival. Well, I've been home about an hour or so and I've already fed all the animals and watered them and all that. I even went in there and adjusted their hanger, feeder, and I went into the baby's pen and hung their feeder, and it takes a little while to get it just right. I want it just barely off the ground for them. But you see they're tearing that feeder up. But, you know, I filled it up too. I put a little more start and grow in there than I did last time. But I let the teenagers out, and I left the door open for 10 or 15 minutes and walked away and came back. And they scratched around a little bit, but then they went back in the pen, sitting down, whatever. So I closed the door and let the adults out. The adults can't stand it, boy. As soon as I open that door, if they see me grab that little fence stake there to prop their door open, out the door they run. So they enjoy scratching. And I was looking at their feeder. The teenagers have used about half their feeder, and it's been since Wednesday night. So we're going Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and now Monday. So they probably used 4.5 pounds of their feeder. And got over half left. So they'll easily go a week off of 10 pounds. The adults have used about a little over half, almost 2/3 of their feeder in the same amount of time, but there's 6 of them. So I would expect that, but I do let them scratch more because they want to. The babies, however, they waste a lot, scratch it all up, throw it all over the ground. It gets everywhere in there, and that wasn't me spreading it, that was them. But, you know, there's 18 of them versus 6 and 4. So that's a total of 28 yard birds, as us Southerners call them. But they really are liking the run area. And I could go buy another 150-foot roll, spend $100 on wire. But this is plenty for what I'm doing. Now, at some point in time down the road, I may say, you know what, I want to double or triple their size and make it a whole lot bigger. Especially when those babies, them 18, get big enough. I may want to make it a whole lot bigger, but right now, this seems to be doing pretty well for them. They enjoying it, and I enjoy coming out here watching them. So all their feeders are hung. I've got to do laying nesting boxes for the teenagers, and finish the rabbit pens, and I want to add on to that metal of the roof of the teenager pen. But other than that, I can take a break from it for a few days anyway. So I had a video come out this morning on Monday morning like I normally do, and I've already uploaded a little quick video for Wednesday morning. So this one, I think I'm just going to keep adding to it until I get enough interesting stuff for you guys on for a Thursday video. But y'all see, if any of you follow Southern Prepper 1, he talks about how New York City, New York, whatever the government agency was, come out and told them how to survive a nuclear attack and all this mess. And some people are saying it's inevitable that for them to survive, or for the strike to happen, and so on. And guys, I don't know that I believe all of that, but I can tell you I am a prepper. I'm what some folks consider a hardcore prepper. But the truth of the matter is, none of us know what's going to happen tomorrow. God's the only one that knows, and none of us are good enough and smart enough to understand if God was to tell us anyway. So you need to be praying for this country, praying for your family, praying for your loved ones, and we leave it in God's hands. He knows what the evil in this world is going to do, and He has a plan to overcome it. You just have to trust in it. So, yes, I'm a prepper, but the Bible tells you to be prepared. So I'm not a pastor. I'm not going to get out here and preach to you. I can't, to be honest. I get too tongue-tied when I try to talk about it. That's not a gift that God gave me, I don't think. Or at least it's not mature enough for me to use it yet. But He did give me a gift of leading people and teaching people. I love teaching people no matter what it is. If I know how to do it, I love teaching others how to do it. And He gave me a gift to be able to see things that are coming that a lot of people just don't see. I don't know whether they don't want to or they just ignore it, but we know something bad coming, y'all. It's coming, it's coming, it's going to be worse than anybody that's alive today has ever seen. The Great Depression in the 30s, it's nothing compared to what's fixing to happen in this country. In the 30s, they weren't near as dependent on the system as people are today. They weren't near as dependent on automobiles and electricity and food from a grocery store, and it's going to be devastating, y'all. And excuse me, but we've got to prepare for it. The only way your family's going to survive what's coming is if you prepare for it and hopefully open their eyes to where they'll see what's coming so that they will also start preparing for it. But I know there's a lot of people. My nephew told one of the guys at work today I was a doomsday prepper. Well, I am not a doomsday prepper. And I told them that. I am a practical prepper. I do not prep to try to survive something that realistically you can't survive, or, I don't want to dig a bunker and live in a bunker for 30 years because of a nuclear blast. I don't think that's what God intended. Not for me. I'm sure there's some out there that He may have. But He's given me the will and the know-how to do a lot of things that are going to make my loved ones, my family, have a whole lot better chance of surviving what's going to happen. And that's why this channel is here. I want my kids and my grandkids to be able to go back to these videos that are, I'm like 96, 97 videos, something like that now. Whether they're all out or not, I don't know. But, I want them to go back to the videos where I'm just sitting there talking to the camera, talking to you guys, talking to them. And I want them to know that everything I did was for my family and my loved ones. And yeah, Pawpaw and Michael may have been a crazy doomsday prepper, but I am a practical prepper. And it's what I enjoy doing. It's what I enjoy teaching. Do everything I do is perfect? No, there's not a rule book out there, guys. Every household, everyone's needs are different. Everyone's desires are different. God made us all different. And you've got to find that mix and match from all the different sources you can to come up with what works for you and your family. And, I do a lot of video out here at this chicken pen, whether it be while I'm talking to you like I am now, or showing you what I've done recently. Now, I kind of like that old gate I threw together with that scrap lumber. It's square, it's sturdy. I've got wire just as high on it as I do the rest of it all the way around. I'm pleased with it. I do wish this gap was a little bit smaller there, but I could always add a little board to close it up if I need to. But I don't let little bitty chickens out to scratch, so it's not a problem. But I'm still battling when and how I'm going to raise and butcher chickens. I'm not chickens, rabbits. And I've already bought feed, you know that. I'm working on building the boxes, and if the weather allows me to, the humidity today is 95%, if not more. But the heat wasn't as bad, but I plan on working on, excuse me, something biting my shoulder. I have to move around, y'all. But I plan on working on the rabbit boxes pretty soon. I'm still racking in my head what I'm going to do to stop the chickens from roosting on top of the nesting box. The teenagers, that's where they've decided they're going to roost instead of on the roost. So I got to figure something out for that. I'm thinking about just doing a little frame that'll set up there in between maybe a couple screws so it'll stand up with chicken wire across it so that I can just grab it and move it when I want to get in and out of the box, but it'll stop them from flying up and getting on top of that box. That's about the simplest idea I've come up with, so I may work on that in the next few days. But guys, I'm not raising these chickens just so I can show you raising chickens. I mean, there's chicken houses down both sides. 195 if I go the back way toward Americus and Cordele and Leslie that way. There's chicken houses that 5 miles down the road that way. And if I go 49 toward Americus, less than 5 miles down the road, there's a dozen chicken houses down there. I'm not worried about that, but everybody else knows they're there. I want to have a supply that's going to be able to keep me and my loved ones in to where we've got a good source of protein for our family that's home raised, no steroids, no antibiotics, none of this mess that goes on with the commercialized poultry nowadays. And I want to have good, healthy raised food here. And most of my family tell you they've never eaten rabbit. You know what? But if it's cooked right, it's good. I've had it. It's been a long time. But I really just don't want to start raising them and fill a freezer up. If I'm going to butcher them, I want to use a little bit of it, you know. So I'm kind of struggling with that. But either way, guys, I know there's something coming. And there's a lot more people out there that see it today than they did 6 months ago, a year ago, or even 5 years ago. Excuse me. It's coming. And you need to have a plan to take care of yourself and your family. And you know what? Those idiots out there that say they're going to take it from those that have it, look, if anybody is halfway prepared like I am, we're not just sitting here with a little bit of food stored to feed our family and seeds to grow a garden. We're sitting here with a lot of self-defense mechanisms as well, not just firearms. I can guarantee you within 24 hours of crap hitting the fan, there can be so many booby traps around the edge of my property that'll get somebody when they get close. The first guy's going to make the next 12 go, oh, hell no, I ain't going that way. I can tell you, there's a lot of people like me out there. I don't want to hurt nobody, but I don't want nobody to hurt my family either. But it's coming. You need to get ready for it. I don't know how else to say it. But Lord knows I pray about it. And I pray for this country. And I pray for you that are watching this video and listening. We are over 5,300 and something views on my channel. Y'all, that's 5,300 and something. And according to the analytics of my page, only 40% of that is repeat viewers, subscribers that keep coming back watching more. I mean, 60% of 5,300 views are people that have not subscribed to the channel, that just watch it. And I appreciate y'all. Views are, you know, add up, and I thank y'all very much for that. But subscribing to the channel really makes, I got to go up here to the dog. He's got my water hose, going to chew it up. Sparky! Holler his name, he'll stop. But I really appreciate it if you would subscribe to the channel. Share it when you can. Help me grow the channel and help me inspire, teach, and learn. I want to learn from you guys. I want to teach. Look at him. He done cracked the top of the bucket. It won't hold the top 2 or 3 inches, but I've washed it and filled it up today. Straighten this feeder out. It's still full. But we need to grow the channel. We need to spread the knowledge that we have as a prepping group, as a group of people in this country that are going to stand up to the bad guys in the world and to the rest of the world and say, we will not sit down and let you run this country into hell. It just ain't going to happen. There's enough of us out there. There's a lot of people that don't talk about it, and that's fine. I understand that. That doesn't stop you from subscribing to the channel and sharing it to people that you know that think the same way. So, it doesn't cost anything, guys. I do appreciate you. Hit that like button if you have not done so already. And I hope I didn't bore y'all to death with my little talking today, but I mean it. It's coming from the heart, y'all. There's something coming and we've got to get ready for it. And I'm afraid if you're not already started, you may not have enough time. We are running out of time. It's really getting close. I can feel it. Unless something changes, y'all, it's coming, and it's coming soon. So, remember the 2 things I always tell y'all. Jesus loves you, and so do I. Y'all be safe and be prepared.